Good morning, everybody. Thanks for jumping on today. We're in very strange circumstances, and this is very new for most people. I've been networking for years, but I've only been doing Zoom online networking for probably the last 3 weeks since this all started. So is there anybody completely new to Zoom? Is there anyone that's never done this before? Are any hands going up? No, so we're okay. We've done this before. A couple of things that I want to talk about. I'll go through the introduction. So we're going to done the introduction. We'll go through how to use Zoom and a couple of tips and things. Then we'll go through the whole thing about networking and the do's and the don'ts and what networking's all about. And then we'll do a bit of a Q&A. I can't see the messages coming in because I'm sharing my screen here. So if you've got questions and you put them on the message, I'll get them from Sandra. So I hope this is worth your time this morning. I'm sure it will be. I think we're going to run about 45 minutes, something like that. So I'll start off by, I've put a couple of quotes in here. Networking is not collecting contacts. Networking is about planting relations. So that's really what we're doing this morning. We're going to start off planting relations with everybody that's on the call. So with Zoom, we've got your microphones muted. If any distractions occur, I would just ask you of courtesy to turn into video mode. So usually it's the bottom right hand where you can just stop the video. If you need to, deal with any children, if you need to deal with any puppies, which I might need to, hopefully not, just go on to the stop video. When you do that, if I stop my video now, which I'll just show you if I can. I don't think it's going to let me. You can just see me as Susie Orr on there. Usually, if you're doing your own Zoom account, you can put an image on your profile and it will show an image. So if you've got a Zoom account and you've not got an image in there, I'd really highly recommend that you get a professional image. I think a lot of you are relatively new to business. Having a profile picture is really, really important. There's lots of fabulous photographers around the Northwest that will do a very good professional shoot for you for not very much money. So, and I think between the few of us on it, we've all got a lot of contacts that can help you with that if you need it. But on Zoom, I would also put a professional profile picture, and then when you have to disappear, even if you need to go and make a coffee, you can still be listening to things, but you've got a professional image there. The other thing that you can do, which I'm not sure if you're aware, if the top right hand corner where you've got 3 little dots, you can rename yourself. So if you wanted to put your business name in there, or if you wanted to put an email address or something like that, sometimes it's useful to be able to do it. Just jumped ahead. We've got on there, raise your hand to speak. That's just, we'll get back to you as soon as we can, but it's just so that we can, we'll try and involve everybody. And then you've got access to a message bar to ask questions or communicate. So I would recommend that you all share your email address in the message bar. I'm assuming this has been set up a little bit differently to a normal Zoom meeting. It's been set up as a webinar, like we said. So I'm assuming you can all see the message bar. Is there anyone that can't, apart from me? So if you click on the message bar, you can actually send a message to everyone, and then there's a drop down, so you could send a private message to anybody that else is on the list. And when you zoom in, at the end of your Zoom meeting, whoever's hosting it will have a copy of all that text that's on there, and you have an option to record your Zoom as well, and that can be shared if you need it to be. So let's just move on to the next one. Another of these fabulous inspirational quotes: your network is your net worth. Networking is a slow burn. It's about getting to know the people that you contact, and it's being interested in who they know. So never go to a network thinking I'm just going to go in and sell a lot of stuff. The one rule about networking, whether it's online or whether it's in a network, is to go and listen and get to know people. So what is networking online? What does it involve? Why is it key to growing your business? What type of connections can you expect to make? How should you prepare to network? And the importance of regular online networking. Just going to catch up with myself here. So like every current situation, we've got to make the best of working from home. We've got to continue running our businesses. And one of the other things about doing something online that a lady suggested at an online thing the other day, we're all very good at getting booted and suited and going out to work normally. And this is a real different scenario for us. But if you're having a business meeting online, whether it's a network or whatever it happens to be, you've still got to consider your image. So today is the first time in about 3 weeks I've actually put mascara and lipstick on. But really consider how you're projecting yourself. You want to be professional, whatever your business happens to be, you want to project that professional image. And that goes as far as having a look behind. Now, I had advance warning about this, so I tidied my shelf up there and I put my best networker certificate there and my nice little rainbow that I cross-stitched this week. But have a think about, if you're going into a meeting and you're going booted and suited and you're shaking hands and you're being confident, you've still got to be able to present that type of persona online. So things like the lighting, I can't see everybody on here. Let me just have a quick look. So yeah, things like lighting, things like sound, make sure that you've got them all ready, even if you need to go in a couple of minutes before, like I've done, and just polish the top of the cupboard and put there. And I can't show you what's down here because I've just dumped a load of stuff, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that you can see me clearly, you can hear me, and actually the surroundings don't look too bad, I hope. Yeah. I'm just reading some notes here, so just excuse me while I'm catching up. So the relationships that you make can make a massive difference to any future business. You're all in a similar situation. So one of the things that, yeah, I don't know if I said this before, but everybody on here should be networking now. So everybody should be sharing their emails with the other people on here. And there's not loads of us. So it would be a really good idea to connect outside of here with everybody that's been on here. Get feedback, find out who they are, introduce yourselves. Every situation, I think Winning Pitch and Boost and all of these different training courses that they do are a great source of networking. So whatever your business is, I don't know, I know some of you that are on here, but I don't know everybody and I don't know everybody's business. You'll guarantee that there'll be somebody in here who knows somebody that you could do with knowing. So whether it's a bookkeeper, an accountant, a web designer, a civil celebrant, I can say that because I know Dorothy's on here, a builder, you know, who doesn't need a good florist? Those people are either already on here or the people that are on here will know somebody that they can recommend. And that's what networking's all about, whether or not it's online or whether or not it's face-to-face. How do you prepare to network? Get business cards. So I always keep one of my business cards on the side here. My business card, it's got a picture of me on. It tells you that I'm from Munich Ladies. It's got my phone number, my email. It's really, really key. So I don't know how new people are in business on here, but if you haven't already got a good business card that's been designed, that's someone else you might meet on here, someone who could design your business card, someone who can print your business cards, someone who can get you a really good deal on business cards. these sort of connections, so the accountants, the bookkeepers that you get to know through networking, are the ones that you'll come back to year in, year out. The other thing we've put on here, how should you prepare to network? Apart from having your business card, have your pitch ready. And people get really scared, I think, by having a pitch ready. You guys here know more about your business than anybody else. So you can never get your pitch wrong. If you're talking about your business, it will never be wrong. It will be coming from your heart. It will be a passion. So try and think of what it is that you do and try and get it into sort of a succinct 60 seconds, something like that. It doesn't matter if you don't get everything in there, but as long as you can give an outline of what you do. So I started Unique Ladies 5 years ago after a career of 30 odd years in IT and telecoms. I started to run a women's business network. So I would introduce myself as, I'm Susie Orr from Unique Ladies. I support women in business right across the Northwest and hopefully, throughout the country soon. It's just having that sort of tagline or that just fine tune what you do and get it ready for a 60 seconds. I've put on the bottom of this slide the importance of regular networking. I said earlier, networking is all about building relationships. It's not about going somewhere once, and it's not going somewhere once to try and sell something that you have to sell. It's about going somewhere on a regular basis so you get to know the same people, and you might not like all those people. If you go in, there's 12 people, there might be 6 of them that you think I'm not going to do business with. But as a business owner, you can choose whether or not, who you do business with. That's the benefit, or one of the great things about having your own business. You can choose who you deal with. And if you don't get on with those people, if you don't gel, you're not going to deal with them. But the other 6, you will gel with. So it's really important after you've done your network, after you've met them, to follow up the connection, to go and have a coffee with them. And I'll come on to following up and things like that a little bit later. I like that one. Not networking is not working. So think about that. If you don't network, you're not networking. You're not working. So sorry. We have people that will come to the networks on a regular basis and get so busy that they forget to network, and then they're sort of back to stage 1. Networking, whether it's online, whether it's going, after this situation, whether it's going weekly, monthly, quarterly, but going to that 1 or 2 networks on a regular basis is key to building those relationships and getting to know all those people. And eventually, it is a long burn, but eventually you will be getting some great results from it. So why are you networking? What's the reason that you're networking? I'm assuming that it's to grow your business. I'm assuming it's because somebody might need an accountant and wants a recommendation. When should you start networking? Online or otherwise? Straight away. If you have a business idea, I would start networking, because you can go to any network, you can talk to other like-minded people that have been through the pain that you're going through of starting a business, and will be able to give you some fantastic advice. You might have started your business 12 months ago and still not sure about whether you've got the right accountant, or whether or not you know what to do when you've got to furlough your staff, or there's lots of new things all the time. If you go into these regular networks, you will find a community of support. So not just someone that you go and sell at, you'll find a whole community, you'll build that community. I would also, when you go to networks, think about any business issues you've got, because whatever it happens to be, wherever you are on your business journey, there will be things that come and bite you on the bum that you're not expecting. And what I'll say to you is that if you go to a network and you get to know that group of people, someone in that room will have been through that same situation. So to be very open about, you know, the issues you've got, because what you'll get back is you'll get it back tenfold. So start networking as soon as possible, and start networking online. Now, these are strange times, so it's important not just for your business but for mental health as well, to jump onto some of these networks, get to know some of these people, get to share some of the issues that they might have. I'm just going to take those off again. This is an interesting one. Should you network within your vertical marketplace? There are lots of networks for legal profession, for construction, for accountants, things like that. And again, it's one of those things dependent on your business. But if you're a builder, if you're a plumber, if you're an electrician, if that's what your business is, then yeah, maybe these construction networks are perfect for you. There's a couple that have started quite recently that are property development or property ones. So if you're a builder, if you've got any of those skills, or if you're into property development or you know, estate agents, that type of thing, then a vertical type network will probably work well. I'm not an accountant, but I know that there are accountancy vertical networks, so I would look for things like that. And again, you're meeting other accountants or other solicitors that would have similar questions to yourself. Again, it's about working and collaborating with some of your peers, I guess, in situations like that. So yes, dependent on your business, I would certainly recommend having a look for networks in your own vertical marketplace. How much should you invest in networking? It's a strange one. We have, I've run networks that have been free networks that people book on and don't turn up because there doesn't seem to be a value to it. Networking should be part of your marketing strategy, so part of whatever you're doing on your social media, your advertising, your logos and that type of thing. Networking should be part of that. Some networks are very expensive. Some networks you've got to pay on a regular basis. You've got to pay monthly and you've got to pay a huge joining fee. I'd suss it out. Go to whatever networks you want to go to. Always speak to the organiser. Get to know the organisers, because the network organisers know an awful lot of people. But if you have a conversation with them, tell them what your business is, tell them what you want to achieve, and ask them how they can help you. Hopefully, I would expect them to give you lots and lots of guidance. I would also expect them to invite you to try their networks. You can always, with Unique Ladies, you could always come and have a look at them and see how you feel, and dip into a couple. We don't have a membership fee. We have a free membership, and we do a pay-as-you-go thing. Some of them do pay-as-you-go, some do free ones. You need to dip in and out of a couple initially to find out what's right for you. Some will be better for others, so just have a bit of a dip in and out and see what you think. Advantages of same-sex networks. I put that in because I run a women's business network. The advantages for us as women is that we network as women in business. We don't feel that we've got to go into our masculinity or anything like that. We're not bra burners. We don't diss men. We don't do anything like that. Men have been doing this for years on the golf course, and I think it works. I do women's networks. I also do mixed networks. I love all of it. I started doing Unique Ladies because I felt women needed a platform that wasn't there, and I know through the ladies that come to ours that we sort of get them ready for going to networks where they can talk to a lot of ladies. Start off a little bit nervous about being in a man's world, so there are advantages to both. And I guess if you're a man and you're a golfer and you like golfing and having a beer at the end, and you're a lady that doesn't like doing that, then the golfing will work for you. Where do you find networks, whether it's online or not? So I use something called findnetworking.com. So it's a website that's free to subscribe to, and you can actually go on there. You can select what county you're in. You can select whether you want female only. You can select if you want a vertical marketplace, and you can subscribe to a weekly email that comes around. So I get an email every Monday, I think, that tells me the networks that are in my area. So I'm sort of Chorley based, so it'll tell me all the networks that are in Chorley that I could go to. I would also look at places like, I can see a hand going up there. Do you want to take that question, Sandra?
I do it, Jen. Okay, I'll ask her on the chat.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah. You can carry on.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, I would also look at locally chambers of commerce. So we've got, in Lancashire, we've got loads of chambers of commerce, but I'd have a look there. They do some great networking as well. I'm gonna come back to that as well a little bit later. Networking is an essential part of building wealth. Very interesting. It is an essential part of building wealth, because those connections that you make from networking are going to be the people that help you turn your business into lots of profit. The advantages of online networking, we've been thrown into it recently because of COVID-19 and things, but obviously there's a cost involved. So networking, you're not pay generally on online networking. You wouldn't expect to pay. I don't think you should pay for anything that's online. So not only are you saving the cost of the network, but you're saving the transport, the car parking, all of those things. So there's some real advantages to networking online. Again, it's convenience. So you can structure it into your day. So some of the ones we've been doing, we've been asking the ladies, we usually do a network in the morning, but we've been asking the ladies what works for them, and we're now doing a couple at sort of 2 o'clock in the afternoon when they've done their homeschooling sessions. And again, there's no pressure. So you can sit there, you can join in, you can raise your hand, you can listen, but you should never ever be under any pressure in networking. Let me just catch up with myself again on here. Apologies for this. I'm talking too much and not looking at my notes. So you're networking in similar situations for camaraderie. You're also looking for great connections to help grow your business. So, oh, what was that one? Are we still there?
Yes.
Sorry. Sorry, I'm just going to jump back on a couple of things. Yeah, no pressure on there. The richest people in the world look for and build networks. Everyone else looks for work. I mean, that's so key. You need to get out there, to start networking, to get to know all the people on here. You collect, I'm assuming you're collecting everybody's emails on there. I can't see that you're doing it, but I would also say call people. So when you've been to a network, it's very old fashioned now to pick the phone up. Everyone's texting and doing things like that. Ring them, the people that you've met, that you were actually interested in, that you think might be able to help you within your business. Give them a call, pick the phone up, say hello, arrange a one-to-one, arrange to go and spend that investment that you're making, that sort of half an hour, to go and have a coffee with someone, could reap so many rewards. I would also recommend connecting on LinkedIn. So again, if you're not on LinkedIn already, important things about getting on there are having that profile picture again, that professional image. And every time you connect with someone, connect on LinkedIn. Interestingly, I had somebody recently doing a LinkedIn course, and my view on LinkedIn was that I get lots of people wanting to connect with me, and I didn't accept the connections because I didn't know them. And this lady said to me, Susie, or you are the world's best at saying, don't dismiss anyone because you don't know who they know. And by not accepting connections on LinkedIn, that's exactly what you're doing, which for me was a bit of a light bulb moment. So now I accept everybody on LinkedIn, because when I share details of whatever it is I'm doing, whether it's something here on for Boost, or whether it's a Unique Ladies Network or a charity event, the people I've connected with can share whatever it is I'm doing with the people in their network. And that's how obviously networks grow and build. So don't be frightened of accepting any connections on LinkedIn. And you can also remove them or disconnect or unfollow and things like that. Facebook pages as well. Facebook, I think Facebook's a very personal thing, but for us and for a lot of the other networks that are out there, they have groups, so you can also share your business, what you do in those Facebook groups. When you're networking, make introductions. So if you're on here and you see somebody, I wasn't aware when we were doing this that we weren't all going to be introducing ourselves, but if you see someone on here that does something that you want, then or you know someone that needs her service, do that introduction. If there's someone on here that you think, oh, I know somebody needs that, make the introductions. By doing an introduction for somebody, you will be sort of subconsciously indebted to them and they to you. So they will, if somebody then wants your service, they will automatically be recommending you. So again, I think I've just covered a few things like this. Following up, solidifying connections after the event. Again, that's doing the Facebook, that's doing the LinkedIn, that's picking the phone up, making the calls, having a conversation, arranging the one-to-one. Those connections that you make by doing that will turn into sales for your business one way or another, whether it's from those people directly or whether it's from the people that they've introduced you to. Keep in touch with them and get the best from the connection. So again, you're keeping in touch by jumping on the same online groups on a regular basis. A lot of the online networking now, you can go into breakout rooms. So when we do a Unique Ladies one, in a normal network, we do around the table networking. On the online ones, we put people into small groups. So you can always ask, again, go to the organiser of the event, and if there's someone there that you want to have more of a conversation with, just ask them to sit you with those people. In the same vein, if you are going to a network and you're new to the network, talk to the organiser, tell them the sort of connections you need to make. So if you are you could be a restaurant owner, you own a restaurant, you might want to sit next to the girls that are coming in from Costco, or the girl that's daughter's looking for a waiting job, something like that. But if you tell the organiser, they would generally know who these connections are, and they could put you into breakout groups to encourage those conversations, not to have those conversations, but to encourage them so they'll come out organically. I've got to the end of everything that I wanted to say on there. So here's some further help and some recommendations for you. You've got the email address, the website there for Boost Lancashire. The other ones I put on here are Lancashire. So those of you who are based in Lancashire, which I think is all of you, Lisa Edge runs this portal called Lancashire. It's a central portal. You can go on there, you can find networking events, you can find funding, you can find training courses, all sorts of things on there. So I'd highly recommend you go and have a look at Lancashire. I've put Unique Ladies Networks on there. We have a website that lists all our franchises all over the Northwest. Other networks, we've got Shout on there. So Shout is a mixed network. Ian Coop's been doing Shout probably a little bit longer than Unique Ladies, probably about 6 years. And again, they do quite a lot of expos as well. And they're all across the Northwest. Get in touch with Ian at Shout. The 2 chambers I've put on there, Lancs Chamber and East Lancs Chamber. Again, have a look what networking events they've got on there. The chamber ones tend to be more of a quarterly thing. Greater Manchester Chamber, which you may or not need, do something called Action for Business as well, which is a regional thing. So they'll do Action for Business in sort of Salford, Wigan, you know, all the different regions. But have a look on the chambers. There are lots and lots of other networks out there, but they're just a selection to help you get started. Are there any questions, or is there anything that I've not covered that anybody would like to know?
There's a few questions here that you mentioned a website and an email earlier, and there was 2 people, Jen and Helen, that didn't pick up what you mentioned.
Sorry, just say that again, Sandra, sorry.
You referred to a website and an email earlier. I'm not so sure which topic it was that we were talking about, but both Jen and Helen asked for the website or the email address.
So was that Find Networking?
Yes.
So it's findnetworking.com.
So should I put that in the message? Let me just...
Yeah, if you just put findnetworking.com. I haven't got access to it on here.
Findnetworking.com.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope that answers Jen and Helen. And how do we capture all of this on Zoom? Is there a way that we can capture this whole chat on Zoom?
So I think, did Rebecca set it up? Whoever set it up has an option to record.
Yes, it's being recorded.
Yeah. So once this is finished, there will be an email sent to the organizer with a file on.
Right.
And that file could be shared.
So can we share that file then with everybody else?
Yeah, well, you've got the you've got the email addresses and everything. So yeah, I think if everybody wants to opt into having that, there'll also be a text file, which is the file of all the questions, anything that's gone on the messenger.
Okay, super. Dorothy's got a question, and so has Mercy.
Okay.
Dorothy, do you want to unmute yourself?
Yeah, it's all right. You've just answered the question. That was the question.
Oh, okay. All right. And Mercy Ashworth's also got a question. Are they there? Mercy?
Hello.
Go on.
Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
speak.
Yeah, my question is, I have previously have a lot of networking or connection with LinkedIn. What I don't get is they accept me. So how can I approach them effectively with my business?
Mercy, sorry, I didn't catch I heard you got a lot of connections on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
What
How
did you say?
can I approach them with my business?
How can you approach them with your business?
You know, not approach, but what can I say to them? Because they accepted the invitation.
Okay.
But they're not contacting me.
Okay, what is your business?
It's gold, selling gold.
Gold?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's tricky, baby.
Okay. I wouldn't recommend messaging people on LinkedIn with any sort of sales pitch, because to me that's a no-no. If you connect with somebody and then you get and then they start saying, oh, I sell this and you want this and stuff, for me it's a no-no. It's about building relationships. So what I would suggest is that you do a LinkedIn page for your business, and I would write articles on a regular basis, maybe a daily basis.
Ooh,
I would write an article about your business, or about, and I would share it. And when you share it, think about the people you want to connect, and think about the hashtags that might work with that. I can also put you in touch with someone who does LinkedIn training as well. That's a separate thing. I think Boost do some LinkedIn training as well. But again, LinkedIn is a fabulous tool that most of us just use a tiny little bit of. So sometimes it's worth investing in a little bit of training to find out how you get the best. And it will depend on, your business, your hashtags, your connections. And every time you post something, ask people to share it. Do hashtag share and please share and that type of thing.
Okay. Yeah, we have done how many? I think we have done three. It's three. We have done 3 articles. It's not like buying. It's not like, oh, buy my gold, or I want a customer or anything like that. We just tone it down, be friendly.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing to do. And again, LinkedIn, it's online is a very different. It's a very different way of connecting with people. And like I said, we're in different times here. Once this is all over and you can actually go to networks and meet people and shake their hands, and they will get to know you as a person, those people will be your referrers. They'll be the people that are going out saying, oh, if you want to buy gold or whatever, come to Mercy.
Mercy, we have got future webinars coming up as well that will include LinkedIn training. So
that's good.
So I will send you some information and get in touch with you.
Okay, that'd be great. Thank you.
Yes, perfect.
Any more questions, Sandra?
And that is actually all the questions that I've got. Has anybody else got any more questions?
I think someone's got their hand up.
I don't know who's got that.
Jen.
Gail.
I can't see anybody's got their hand up. Oh, Jen. Hi, Jen.
Hi. Do you have any advice in terms of networking events with kind of large retailers? My product it's an anti-stain that you spray on carpets to help build the resilience, so that if you spill anything or get stains on your carpet, it can easily come out. So I was just wondering if you know of any kind of networking events where large retailers, where your Wilko's and Lakeland and all of those kinds of businesses gather. I have had lots of times had a look in the past and can't really seem to easily
not off the top of my head, Jen, but if you want to contact me outside of this, I'll have a think about that, because I know I have got some connections that that might lead us into that. It's not something I've looked at before, but I'll certainly have a look and try and help you.
That would be great. Thank you.
I don't know if my email's on there, but I'm susie@uniqueladies.co.uk. SUZY.
Okay, brilliant.
Okay, anybody else any further questions?
Dorothy?
You promised us a view of the puppy. Are we going to get to see him?
Daisy, shall I wait?
We need
Oh, I think I've just run over her. Okay, there you go.
Oh, very cute.
That's Daisy.
Oh, that's cute.
She's being very good. She's like a little lapdog. She sits under the table, doesn't move from me. That was a good question, Dorothy. I enjoyed that question.
So has anybody else got any further questions? I don't know if you want to ask Susie any further questions, but you will be sent a whole some further information. If you want to go on to ask for help on the Boost website, if you've got anything that is bothering you, we've got a whole list of support that we can offer you right there. But if you want to contact me, it's s.scott at winning-pitch.co.uk, and I'm more than happy to help you as well. Susie, is there anything further?
I've just put this last slide up here because we've got your future webinars on there, so these might help some people on there, using technology to support remote working, power of positive thinking, all in that, finding how to be you in a new way, effective time management, and operating effectively remotely.
Yes, so this will all be sent to everybody that's been a participant today as well. Yes.
There you go. There's Rachel's details and the file's details.
Yes. Anything further? I hope that you all enjoyed this. Networking definitely works, Susie. I can vouch for that. I think that you build relationships, and it's people by people.
Absolutely. You deal with those that you know, you like, and you trust. And in order to get to know someone, you've got to go and network regularly with them. You obviously will get to know them. You'll hopefully like and trust them, and they're the ones that you'll do the business with. But it's a really it's a slow burner. Yeah, it is a slow burner, and it's difficult to measure. But if you network for 12 months and keep a spreadsheet of where you've been networking, who your connections were, how much it cost, and review it on a quarterly basis to see where your connections are coming from and that business is coming from. And at the end of 12 months, you'll get a better idea of what's working for you, which networks are working for you. It's always good, just to keep tabs on it, because like I said, some will, some won't. You might go 1 month to one network and certain people will be there, and they might not be there the month after. There'll be new people. But just stick at it, because it really will make a massive difference to how your business grows and develops.
It really works, doesn't it? I'll for that.
Yeah, and if anyone wants any other networking tips or help, I'm more than happy to talk to anyone. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. I will really, point you in the right direction as much as I can. And thanks all for coming on, and stay safe out there in these weird times.